I'm actually going to shut the window first. Hello. So I'm just going to do a little review, not review, but just a little, again, I guess a recollection of my Edinburgh Fringe experience. This was part of it from, if it's the 10th today, I think I left on the 6th, got back last night about midnight, and I got the mega buzzing experience both ways, which was really tangibly awful. You can kind of feel how awful everything is. There's no curtains on a night bus, you know, that kind of stupidity. I guess people used to blow their noses on them or some crap like that. Yes, that's what I did, and that was great fun. So I went up to the Edinburgh Fringe. I was actually going up there just to experience what it's like to do like a real comedy festival and obviously performance festival. And I was going to meet. I met a comedian up there, quite a high up one, which was an incredible experience. I got to travel around with him and some of his co-workers, I guess, some people that he works with, and that was just amazing. I got to meet all kinds of people, and I'm not going to say any of their names because, you know, it's not really about who, it's about the effect it had on me, I think. And yeah, so it was just so amazing just to see where you can get to, and where like there's so much to do in comedy and develop yourself. But yeah, it was just, I don't even really know what to say about it. It's just, I learned so much. Took loads of notes, did a little bit of writing, and it was just great fun just to see the kind of energy that, you know, people can. I went to some shows as well, and for me it was mind blowing to see how funny people can be. Like, I couldn't quite believe that somebody had gone and written this and then learned how to perform it and done this hundreds of times, you know, there's certain topics. And I couldn't, it was so funny, I literally couldn't believe, it was so good, you can't believe it. And it kind of sets a benchmark in your mind of where you can get to with an immense amount of hard work. But yeah, I just had such a lovely time. And then, oh yeah, so also there's a little clip, I believe it would have been prior to where we are now. I say where we are now, as in when you view this video. Because where I am now is my house, and you know, now is completely, it's kind of constant. Now is you know, there's always been a now, and there will be nows for a very long time. So your now is different to my now, but they're the same thing. It's kind of strange we both say now, but they're different. Very odd. Well, what was that? Oh yeah, so I had this, you see, I booked these hostels in Edinburgh, but the cheapest one you can find, I think it was $14.98 for the night, so I'm trekking out to where I believe it is, got my bag on. I think I left about 8 or 9 from kind of the centre where I'd just watched a show, and I'm walking there, and I'm like, God, it's quite a long walk, you see. It took me about an hour and 45 minutes. Anyway, just before I got to my destination, there was an Aldi, so I was quite hungry, so I whipped in the Aldi, and I got a bit of quiche. I quite like quiche, I think it's quite nice, it's very cheap, and it's kind of fills you up like a rock. So you saw me just kind of chowing down on my bit of quiche there, so quite nice. Okay, the base was a bit thick, maybe I've got a bit of indigestion sometimes when I like that, you know. Oh God, really, there's a lot of egg in there and cheese. What do they call it? Repasteurized ham or something? I don't care, it tastes nice, you know. Whatever the hell it is. And yeah, this hostel was nuts. It was these shipping containers filled with 6 bunk beds. So there's 12 people in this fucking shipping container. It's hot. People are playing music. People in the background were like talking, trying to do drugs, and they were like, one guy was asking, barely anyone were English speakers, which is just a factual statement. So this guy from, I believe, Europe, maybe Eastern Europe, was trying to communicate. You know, let me try it. And the guy, this British guy, I think he's British, was saying, you know, no, I'm not going to give it to you for your first time. Like, if it's your first time doing it, it's not going to be me who gives it to you. It's been on for about 5 minutes. I was just lying there like, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it was a little bit spooky. It was very, very strange. It was just shipping containers, and then there was a public. It was just really odd, and just so open. It's very hippie kind of thing. The best way I can describe it. It was just very kind of cheap, and people were kind of. I spoke to 2 German girls who were very sweet. They'd just come on a holiday and then they'd ended up there, so poor them. They didn't bring their family. And yeah, then I went and I met this comedian again. Had a very nice day again. Very productive, very enjoyable, very, forming a relationship with someone and just being able to, all the questions you've got about everything, just being able to ask them. And yeah, it was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And that's why I got back last night. They were closing, the closures on the M1. Closures. So I was on that coach for 12 hours. Just under 12 hours, about 11 and a half hours. And then all the undergrounds were shut in London. All the underground was shut in terms of the trains. So I had to get about a bus that took about an hour and a bit more. So my journey yesterday was over 12 hours from door to door, which is appalling. And the worst bit, best, whatever. I'm going to Glasgow tonight. I'm leaving my house tonight to go to Glasgow, which is just up in Edinburgh. So there'll probably be another little video about that. So yeah, I'm spending a lot of time on Megabus, it seems. But I'm learning, I'm experiencing, and I like experiencing. It's good. You can develop yourself. I like that. Bon voyage, myself.